Hello everybody, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here today. Topic today is friendship. It's hard to make friends in your 60s and 70s, but I've got some ideas for you. Things you should not do. Let's look at it from that perspective. I know it's hard at any age to make friends, and especially after the pandemic, but I think especially for women over 60, friendships are difficult. We don't have the context anymore. We don't have the context of work or the context of our children or the workplace, but we're kind of rediscovering ourselves as much as rediscovering friends. And many of the friends that we had when we were younger have moved away or just don't have the same interests as us anymore. We have changed as well. So making new friends over 60 is difficult, and that's an understatement. So all the dots are now up in the air and we're creating new ways of talking to each other. And as I said, age doesn't matter. This is true. I know I have many friends in their 30s and 40s who are really struggling because a lot of the meetups and other ways that people were getting together to meet friends are just not, they're on Zoom now. Everything's gone online. And for some people, that's just not enough. And certainly I think for our age group, we like to be with people. We're very sociable. I think one of the characteristics I've discovered in our 60ME community is that women tend to be very empathic and very connected with, they like to talk to each other. There's a funny story about, somebody, you go into a bathroom and you can make friends with someone, like you're just chatting with the lady next to you. We just make friends, that we're used to connecting with people in person, but that's not a friendship. That's just obviously an acquaintance. But, making friendships don't happen like that anymore. Like people are just not out and about. They're on their sofas watching, Netflix movies, or, they're just not getting out the same way that they used to. Anyway, there are some things that you can stop doing to make this journey a little bit easier. And I think you know what the first one's going to be, don't you? It's just get out. Stop staying in. Stop being a recluse and isolating yourself. I know this is hard. I get it. And especially in the winter months. And I'm dealing with this right now because, most people in the Western Hemisphere, it's dark at 5 o'clock. So who wants to go out for a walk or down to their local cafe or even walk down to a concert or drive to a movie? Who wants to do that in the dark? And I understand that it's, the winter months is challenging, but try not to isolate yourself. Get out during the day and have lunch with meetings with people or coffee, or just, go for a walk or go to a museum or just do something together. And most importantly, do what you like to do. You don't feel isolated and marginalized. You're not. Get out there and be visible and take an interest in other people. I was surprised just last couple of weeks ago. I was looking at just online things to do in our area, like a 20-mile radius. And there are so many museums and concert halls and, like evening workshops and evening talks. And as long as you're going and doing things that you like, you're going to find people there that are your people. They're the people that like to do the same thing. So get out, get active, and start, moving and walking. Actually, there are a lot of meetup groups now I've discovered that are traveling. Now, I know that these sometimes can be, more affordability is an issue, and maybe you just don't like to, get on a plane and travel. But there's a lot of in-person travel and, cruises and that kind of thing that's going on. Has anybody done anything like that, like group tours? We're actually going to do a little one in November 23. If anyone's interested, it's going to be in Portugal. We're just taking a small group of people, people are just signing up and going, and we're going to meet up there from 60 and Me. But if you're interested, let me know in the comments and I'll send you some details. But it's really, really cool that, just group tours, there's lots of kinds of things like that if you know what you like to do. But anyway, don't sit at home and not get out and move, because you just get kind of depressed just sitting anyway. Just walk, get exercise. The second thing that's kind of related to this is don't isolate yourself by saying, oh, I like my own company. I think I'm just going to stay here all by myself tonight and knit. I do this, right? I'm not preaching, trust me. But we do this. We say, oh, I like my own company. I like being alone. Well, that's so maybe very true. I think we have adapted to solo living, a lot of us. And even if you're with a partner, I know that sometimes they don't enjoy the same things as you. So it's kind of a little bit of a struggle. But so just don't stay in and isolate yourself and just say, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm really happy with that. Track down groups of people, find out, maybe go to LinkedIn, some of these places that you wouldn't have expected to find people. Facebook, yes, there's groups, and maybe Instagram, you can find like-minded, but it's all in your head on a computer. But if you go to LinkedIn, you'll find, I mean, I found a lot of people I worked with who have now gone on to do, 3 other things since we all said goodbye 12 years ago. But they are people that I liked and people that I trust and respect. And, I'm looking forward to maybe getting together with some of them. It's just, and it wasn't like we were really close friends, but when you work for a company for some time, you do tell some stories and you feel like you've exposed yourself, in an honest way, and you are able to pick up a friendship again, perhaps. Has anybody else discovered LinkedIn again? Because even though it's a business to business site, I found lots of people there. It's a kind of interesting thing. It's an idea of that kind of giving and taking. Anyway, the third thing is to stop looking for your friends in your living room. Trust me, they're not going to come knocking on the door. It's just how it works, right? They're not going to come. They're going to just, they may be doing exactly the things that you love to do, but just don't sit there in the living room waiting for them to knock on your door. If you like to read, go and read a book, join a book group. And I know what you're going to say was, yeah, I do a book group online. Well, that's okay, but now we can get out a little bit. We're able to, if you're vaccinated and feeling safe and in the group that you're mixing with, you can go in person and meet people. And I think, to be honest with you, this is just me, but I think that is where friendship comes. I mean, so far we've been talking, like the last couple of years about connections and acquaintances and, like-minded people. But I'm talking about people that you can sit up, late into the night with a glass of wine or coffee or tea and talking about your fears, things that are on your mind. I mean, and explain who you are and what you've done. And, and they would be interested in that. And they would care about your dreams, and they would care about what's, important to you and what you're dreaming for. And isn't that what friendship is? I guess I should have started the whole video with that conversation about what is a friend. Because if you're looking for just people to do stuff that you like to do, you can join a club, and that's not necessarily friendship. If you're looking to make a friend, someone that you can talk about, just the important things. I mean, for goodness sake, there's enough going on in your life right now with aging, with your decisions, your crossroads, your milestones that you're reaching. 70 years old is a good one, but just, it's more than just joining a group and sitting there on a seat next to someone else. It's finding the people that are like you and who like you and who you like. Next week I'm going to be traveling to the UK. I don't know when this video will go out, but I may have come and gone. But it's going to be wonderful to see Ariane Poole. Now, Ariane is someone who I met through work environment, but we became very good friends. And I really feel like she was our makeup person. And I think many of you know Ariane. And she is going through some struggles, and I'm going to be so happy to be there with her. And, she's a friend. And that friend would never have come along if I hadn't have, made the effort and asked questions, and she, she did the same. So don't be afraid to be rejected. Don't be afraid for someone to say no, because you might just, it's so funny. Oh my goodness. I just thought my grandson, Max, I just thought of something. He was, we went out to a little restaurant, and he's only 5, but he's being homeschooled. So he's not going to school, and he is trying his hardest to make friends. And this is a 5-year-old, so this is like, obviously no topic is immune to age. And he went up to these 2 boys and he said, "Excuse me, can I be your friend?" And the boys looked at him like he was crazy. And because kids just don't think like that. But then he I could see Max, and I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to help him with it, because it was like, I can jump in. But he sort of thought for a second. He went, "Excuse me, I don't think you answered my question. Can I play with you?" He said, "Sure, come on." And it's like, immediately it went from being a friend to playing with them. And playing with them was the start of maybe a friendship. So I think that's the secret to it. It's like, don't, maybe that's another 4th thing not to do, is to sort of jump in and like, "Will you be my friend?" Because it's just not how it works, right? Okay, that went sort of way off off the topic. But anyway, you get the idea. Look, it's going to be challenging. This is not something that you have to do on your own. In order to make friends, just stop staying inside, stop being a couch potato, and stop thinking that it's just going to come falling in, into your living room, that the person's going to knock on the door. Those are 3 things that you can stop doing. that are going to help you to find some friendships. I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that you find a true friend in 23. This is maybe one thing that we will have to work towards, build those friendship networks. Thank you so much for being here. If you've liked the video, please, please, please like it, like the little button down there. And if you have not joined our channel already, I'd love you to do that. Subscribe, and you'll then find out when, and press that subscription bell, because then you'll find out when all my videos come up. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. And also I'm doing like short videos on YouTube on every other day, and also Instagram and other places. So you can find 60andMe. Come join us. We love you. We want you by our side. So just be well, stay strong, and hope you find some friends. Focus on friendship by not doing those 3 things. Okay? Take good care, everybody. Lots of love.